Hey, what's happening, guys? Elton McFall here. Kind of early in the morning there, I guess, for compared to a lot of people. I'm 47 years old, so I don't really have a life. So I guess this pretty much is a testament to that, actually. Anyway, it's May 13th. Beautiful Sunday morning once again for like the, I don't know, 8th, 9th day in a row. Just a block from my place here in the park I don't know the name of, and the wind is not too badly coming from the northwest, so shouldn't affect the sound, and I'm very happy and excited to bring you these two models here that I didn't exactly put together, but there's a lot of work involved anyway in making them the way they look. So first of all, I will show myself quickly because I am wearing the appropriate shirt for this. And thanks again to Scott there, my buddy who has this channel, Cold War Motors. That's the 60 Plymouth Fury that he restored. He finished restoring I guess last summer, last year. And they're going along with these two beauties that I just finished working on there. First of all, I want to say a shout out and thanks to my friend Brian Davey, who traded me this one here for some brochures I had. And this, oddly enough, both of them I got on trade. This one here that I got about 10 years ago was from a guy who I used to buy die-casts from, and then I traded him a bunch of my car photos for. Yeah. So, as you can see, my trip is really to film my cars that I make as much as possible outside because it just looks so real. You know, it's just not the same. I have one of these typical old dark apartments, and it's just small windows. It's really for the birds, really. For the birds. And yeah, so what I did was that I guess we'll start with this guy here. This guy, like I said, I got about 10 years ago on trade from somebody. These are both Johan models. They were reissued in the 80s. I'm trying to not get my shadow in there. Oh, I forgot to mention actually the box I brought this in. If you saw my last video of the international cab over truck I did, there's the box right there. So, yeah. And anyway, so this guy, like I said, both of these I got on trade, and this guy I got from a Frenchman. And what I did recently is, since I had done up this guy so much with the chrome foil and everything, I said, you know what? This one I did the chrome foil on it when I got it about 10 years ago, and then yesterday I detailed the paint inside the grill, and I painted the amber red lights here, and I added this cherry, which I made from scratch. I even added this chrome foil here on both sides, even here, because I had done this crappy job with this decals on both sides. If you had seen this model before, and it looks really sharp. And at that time, when cars were really king and design was everything, even custom coach work like ambulances, limos and stuff, hearses, ambulances, the sky was the limit in amount of chrome you would use, or designs, and ornate details. So yeah, again, I got this model like that. It was painted two-tone like this. It had this modern, 70s, 80s light bar, and after a few years I took it off. I thought it didn't look even, And then you've got the hole underneath here, which the guy, whoever did this model, he painted underneath this like primer gray color. And sounds like there's a big jetliner on takeoff there. Engine is all unpainted, right? But what's even more exciting is this guy here. Now this guy had the same wheels as this guy, but I thought, my God, I love white walls and I like factory stock, but those hubcaps look dull. Even though Johan models are my favorite because it's always the cars that I love that they have, such as my other models, 64 Coupe de Ville, 62 Plymouth Fury, which I got another one, by the way, in the trade with this one. Stuff like that. And see, I come here early because there's nobody here practically. You can't come here late afternoon. It's too many people. It's full. I won't be able to do this. I don't want people interfering when I'm doing this stuff. Now this guy, so this way, when I saw it, of all the models I got from Brian on a tray, I said, man, this one, the paint is actually, it's got a nice satin look to it. I love how it's this dark metallic green, which would have been like a, mid-late 60s type of color that you would have had on these types of, any type of car for that matter, not in 1960. The chrome foil job on this it just takes forever to do this stuff. You have to be really patient. It just takes hours and hours. And on that note, this one here, which I did the chrome foil about 10 years ago, the foil is not as shiny, but it's actually as It's actually, there's people here, they're throwing me off. That's why if I seem nervous. But this adheres more. It doesn't come off easily. This chrome foil today, like everything, is kind of shit, and it'll come off easily. So you have to constantly rub it down, you know. So you see the underneath of this one was like the interior is untouched. I didn't take this model apart, and it's the underneath was just like that, is that crappy yellow. So I repainted it 2 coats of flat black. I even put furnace foil tape on the tank and the mufflers. The decals are from another kit I got from Brian. They're from a 54 Chevy. I think these slot mags are as well. The engine, I painted it all. The air cleaner is from a 71 Charger that I got as a gift from somebody, which was kind of a junker. My friend Mathieu, which he gave me some other cars I'm either gonna, like, you know, fix up or junk. And yeah, it's lots of fun. I love spending time in the office working in this stuff. It's my little room next to my room, and it's you know, it's quieter there, and it's not next to the street. And I'm trying to put this damn hood back on. Hang on, guys. Okay, so I'm not going to make this too long there because there's some people around. Again, I don't want people to come interfere with what I'm doing. It's just kind of the stupid flash is on. There we go. And but again, making models, again, you know, it takes a lot of practice to get to this kind of a level, especially when you're doing stuff like paint jobs and chrome foil. And the wheels, by the way, you know, they're on axles just like an AMT kit. So, you know, again, don't get me wrong, they look fine. They look better out here in the sunlight and the blue sky reflecting, but you know, I just broke them all off and glued these wheels back on instead, and they're not on perfectly, but you know, whatever, they do the job and it looks great. Very much like a 60s, 70s type of custom look, you know. It's just a really cool perspective. I know, Scott, when you see this, well, this is really also for you, buddy. You're such a huge fan of these cars, and I mean, I never known anybody who had so many Plymouths. He has the 60 Plymouth, he has a 41, he has a 50, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 62, I don't think he has, 63, no, 64, no, 67, yes. That's he's like me. He's an eccentric. The guy's a genius, man. You know, mechanically, a guy can restore, fix anything, and is a preservist. You know, restore them. You know, don't junk them. Or at least in his case, if you can't restore them, make lawn ornaments out of them. You know. So there you go. It's just happy to show these, and there'll be lots of other. I got so many models to build now. I don't have to buy any models for a long time, which is great because I got like $100 to my name right now, and business is slow. So, you know, when I asked you guys in the past if you wanted to send me something as a token of appreciation, now's the time. If you're not buying anything from the Teespring merchandise I have, well, you know, show your love by sending me your gratuity or something like that, if you want to call it, through my email, eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. Again, that's eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. Or if you want to, you know, become a patron, chip in 5, 10, 20, $50 a month or something like that, that's fine. Kid's crying now, it must be my cue to leave, I guess. And I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to say about this. Again, it's not obvious, I guess, for a guy of my mentality. When I make videos like this, there's a lot of things I want to say in these particular type of videos of models I put together or paintings, and I don't want to leave anything out. But yeah, it's very rewarding, and the foil, putting the chrome foil on these cars, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it, even though it's a pain in the ass, like a lot of people say. But yeah, I'm on a model you know, modeling group, whatever you want to call it, model car kit group on Facebook. And there was a guy who did mention that the chrome foil today is shit compared to the old days, and I have to say it's true. It doesn't stick as well, but I will be looking into eventually buying one of these $10 chrome pens. And yeah, it's like a pen with chrome comes out of it, so that'll be interesting to try. They seems to be very favorable, you know. And yeah, that's about it, man. I'm just, again, taking my time a bit here before I wrap things up. I just want to Mind you, you know, when you put a lot of chrome foil on a car like this, that the paint is very thin, like my old Impala. If you remember that green Impala I did, unfortunately I had to I had to mix some acrylic paint to like artist paint together to touch up a lot of areas I'd scratched up, like near the door handles, and you can see the hood here. But again, still very nice, very satisfied with it, with them. And I even thought to myself, well, I have 2 of them, you know, like would I sell them? Probably not. Have to be some kind of an exuberant amount of money, I think, really. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and there'll be lots more great models to come. And I think the next model I'm going to do is the AMT. Oh, crap. Oh, no. This is a freaking wind. All right. Well, thanks for watching. So much for that. Bye.